Hi, it's Krista Rimmer, and it has been about a year since I got Bell's palsy. I still have it, as you can see. There's still some lingering things that have to be healed. But it's almost a year. It's a year and 3 days since I was slapped with some balls right here. And I've kind of roller coastered because in October I had a huge pain in the back of my head, and it kept getting worse and worse. And as it got worse and worse, I lost more and more feeling on my face. And my face, by the time I got to emergency room, my face was just as bad as had it been in April. It was fully paralyzed again. So of course, I'm checking myself, make sure I'm not having a stroke, but I wasn't. They still don't know what that was. But then I got the MRI done, and they checked for brain tumors, and there's nothing. So that is great. And I went to visit the neurologist. That was not great. Pretty much sucks. I was about 60% better at that point, and he saw my face, and I said, so how long before I get some of the nerve, how long before it grows completely back, how long before, the muscle that's atrophied is able to work? And he says, oh no, there's no atrophy. And I said, after 7 months of not using here, there's no atrophy? And he goes, no, it takes much longer to atrophy. And he's a doctor, so I assume that's correct, even though I know people that have broken their arms and it's only been in a cast for 6 weeks and their muscles have atrophied. But that is just in my world. But so I just looked at him, and then I said, so will it get better? And he goes, no, that's permanent. He goes, that's permanent where you're at right there. And at that point, my eye really wasn't still closing mostly. And so I just looked at him and I just said, no. And he looks at me, he's like, what? And I said, no. And he didn't really know how to respond. And so he said, oh, you know what, you're right. He goes, this happened in October. He goes, you're going to be fine. He goes, you'll have a complete healing. You'll be fine. And I was thinking, no, this happened in April. And then he was talking about, I see a little synkinesis there, which is you're already kind of self-conscious about. And he starts doing this when he's talking to me, and he's doing this. And I'm thinking, this is how people get shot. And I'm like, why? And he just did it for like 2 minutes while he was talking to me. And I'm like, okay, I assume you're trying to be my mirror, and that's fabulous. However, I just need to know what I'm supposed to do from here. So he didn't have any recommendations, so I just went home, and I've been doing the exercises. So like here, you can't really tell. I do know that right now I'm kind of tired, so I can feel it. I feel it here, and I feel it here. But mostly normal, my regular normal. Smile-wise, so when I smile, I do this to pull this up, because there's a whole lot of chunk right here. There's a whole lot of chunk right here that it needs to pick up, and so you want to make sure it's matching this side, so I push that up, and then I do the same thing with my eyebrows. When I lift them up, I pull this one up to retrain the nerves that they need to pull up. When it first happened, my eye was hanging so far down, all of this was hanging down, that my eyelashes were going straight out, and so I couldn't put mascara on them. Oh my God, what? And but now they curl up because it's not hanging on my eye. But you can see when I talk, it still has like some dead spot, and like my tongue, it does go straight before it goes like, rah. But like doing the taco, you see, it still tilts because it's still right here inside is paralyzed. One of the things I noticed that when I do certain things, there's a dent right here. So I'm thinking if I really focus on this dent, I might have a full out butt chin in about 2 months. And that's kind of exciting. I'll be like Dick Tracy. Ooh, but I can't. At one point before this crease really started picking up, I had a dimple right here, and that was exciting. But that only lasted about 3 weeks. But, because something's happening when I do certain things that the nerves pucker or something, so I'm getting like that Travolta effect. So, look forward to that. But, like when I drink, this is the worst part of the synkinesis, because I can totally tell it's happening, but, so Nicholas loves going places with me, because I look like a monster, but, so this eye squints, and if I really don't pay attention, if I pay attention to it, and I drink from the side, still looks pretty damn awful, but in my mind, I feel like it doesn't, but, on this side, if I keep it way over here, it doesn't make that eye squint. So something, and when I chew on this side, like that, like when I'm chewing something like really tough, it squints it on its own. So, and then sometimes it'll water because it's squinting so much. And you can't really tell if you have anything on your face. So I'm always saying, is there something on my face? Is there something on my face? Because like, or here, because you can't, like here you can go all the way to the corner. It just doesn't feel, it feels like your mouth is numb, like when you have Novocaine. So you can't really feel like, did I, you know, and you feel like you get like a chicken wing hanging off your face. So, sorry, it's Arizona and these lights are so hot. But anyway, that's my progress. Nostrils. What? I'm trying not to squint this eye. I'm trying not to squint this eye, but actually a little bit more movement than normal, but that's it. Oh, so no, fish face. That is attractive. That is freaking horrible. So I can't do that. And then like blinking, winking. I think that's pretty hot. I can't even do the other side, so I guess it doesn't really matter. But, I don't know where I'm looking. Anyway, that is Bell's, I can just blame it on the palsy. I'm like, oh, my eye's all wandering. Woo. So that is Bell's palsy 1 year later. Do not be discouraged. This has been a really, really tough thing just because it is your face. It's the first thing you present to people. And especially at the beginning because I look angry all the time. And I would have to like, because my face like it was drooping and this was drooping. And you just, I used to look angry all the time. So I'd have to smile. Like I had to consciously like smile. So, you know, so it only looks like I might stab somebody but not fully kill them. So I just still think I look like I might stab someone, but I try to really focus on the smiling because, but that's what I had to do the whole time just because it just took so much out of me, emotionally, because that's what I do. I smile and I laugh and I act crazy and, but I've never really had like the, you know, the ridiculous other stuff going on with the craziness. So, whoa, look where bread. I must have been pinching my cheeks too much. But this is Bell's palsy a year later. If somebody tells you it's permanent, just keep pushing on, keep watching the videos of people that have actually experienced it, because until you've walked in somebody's shoes that's had this, or any kind of disease, just shut your freaking pie holes. I don't even know if doctors can they shut their pie holes if they're only going to say something like that, because it's amazing to me how many really shitty comments people have. And it really actually made me more sympathetic, because there's some of the things that I say when I find out that somebody's has some kind of illness, and I'll say things like think positive, and I do that, and I understand it, and I understand issues are in your tissues. I understand all of these things. I do, but there's a time and there's a place, and the first thing you have to do is try to be compassionate about what's going on emotionally. If you're focusing on the external and what you're seeing physically in that person, and you're just saying, oh, fight the hard fight, or whatever it is, that's not addressing the emotional suffering or stress or any of that they're going through. So zip it. Just shut the pie hole. Shut it. You think, oh, shut the pie hole. Be compassionate. Be empathetic. Just imagine. And when you see other people, just feel from the heart before you speak. That's Balls Palsy, year 1. And I will actually come back when I've got the Dick Tracy butt chin. You'll be the first to know.